Say no to wickedness, humanity all the way. The shocking story revolving the life of a 100-level undergraduate of Unizik, a law student. The shocking story revolving her life. It is really a shocking one as the story has been trending, making waves at the internet. Guys, before we go more in detail in this amazing update, don't forget, for more interesting and amazing updates, please do well to subscribe and turn on your bell notification. This channel, it is only for us to discuss crimes happening across the world. By watching what happened to others, we'll be able to learn more about life. So back to the story. Don't forget to click on the like button, share this video. Okay, let's go more in detail. The shocking story revolving the life of Chioma Chrisbel Ajana. It is really a shocking one. It all started on the 9th of July 2025 on Wednesday after Chioma returned from lectures. She resides in the school hostel. In the school hostel, she has other two roommates, that is making them three in a room. Chioma was the last person that left the room in the morning for her lectures. Then, on her return, she found out that the room key was no longer in her school bag. So when the other two came back, they were looking for a way forward for them to get a spare key to open the room. And at that moment, remember that Chioma is not ordinary student. She is a diabetic student. And she needs to take her insulin. You know what that means. Because at the moment, her body was not reacting. She couldn't bear it again. Her body has started changing because of her sugar level. And she needed to take her insulin in the room. When her other two roommates returned, they were making plans on how to get this room key for her to get her treatment right inside the room. When her situation started getting critical, they met the hostel mistress, a woman called Mrs. Bright, who is in charge of the school hostel. She is the only one that has access to the spare key that will enable Chioma to enter into her room and get her insulin. When Chioma, alongside with her two roommates, went to meet Mrs. Bright, Mrs. Bright told them that on no account should they come to her for a spare key if they do not have 120,000 naira to drop as a replacement for the key they lost. According to Mrs. Bright, she said that this is among the rules and regulations in the school hostel, that if anyone lost his or her key, that the whole room have to provide 120,000 naira to enable them get spare key for them. Or if they cannot provide the 120k, there is nothing she can do about that. Then the roommate of Chioma tried to let her to know that Chioma is not feeling well and she needed her medication urgently, that Chioma is down, that she is diabetic and she needs to get her insulin in the room. The hostel mistress said they should get away, they should get out immediately, that before they could come back to her to ask for a spare key, they should have the 120,000 naira in their hand. Then when Chioma's roommates, they noticed that this woman is not really in the state of mind to release the spare key for Chioma to get her medication. And remember, Chioma is just 19 years old. She is just a young, promising girl, 19 years old. A beautiful lady in her prime, looking forward for a brighter future of becoming a lawyer. Now, her life, in a blink of an eye, has turned to something that even her parents are weeping and in sorrow at this moment. Then immediately, Chioma roommates, the two roommates noticed that Chioma is now feeling very unconscious. When they noticed that Chioma's situation is becoming worse, Chioma immediately, she slumped and her roommates started seeking for help, shouting, and this attracted other people to come by, other students to come by and notice what was happening. Immediately, they rushed Chioma to emergency. The first hospital, the school hospital they took Chioma to, the doctor wasn't on seat. Then they have to move Chioma to another hospital for a better treatment. They never knew that Chioma has passed on before they got to the second hospital. So this Chioma shocking death could have been prevented if Mrs. Bright could have tempered justice with mercy. That's why I said from the beginning part of this video that humanity is all the way. What will it take the hostel mistress to release the key? Then when Choma passed on, the student of Unizik, they went back to Mrs. Bright, telling her, hope you are now happy. You are a mother. Choma cried in her situation, begging you for a spare key for her to be able to take her medication, her insulin. She was weak, crying, begging, alongside with her roommates, but you refuse her access with a spare key. But now trauma is no more. We are going to bear the consequences immediately. Mrs. Bright disappeared because you know what students can do. She disappeared immediately. Now, the students of Unizik are now complaining of their previous encounter they had with Mrs. Bright, refusing to give them spare key when they lost their key, unless they provide 120k, which when Choma and her roommate met Mrs. Bright, they pleaded, please ma, we don't have the 120k to give you now. Please, let Choma get her insulin. When she's alright, we can look for the money and give you. Remember, for them to raise the 120k, each of them have to deposit 40,000 naira, which the student pleaded with Mrs. Bright, please, we don't have the money now. Just give us the spare key. Let Choma get her insulin. Then later, we can phone our parents to give us the money. Mrs. Bright still refused to let them have the spare key. Now, immediately this happened, many other students gathered courage to come out and let the world to know what they have passed through in the hand of Mrs. Bright, refusing to give them key. Some even said that they missed lectures. Some said they missed quiz. Some said they missed exam because they cannot get the necessary things they need to get from the room because they lost their key. So now, students of Unizik, they are now protesting that justice must be served, that Mrs. Bright should come out, that she will not go scot-free because this is not the first time, and now a life has been lost. Then I'm saying, can you compare someone's life with a key? Can you compare someone's life with 220k? In as much as the student have pleaded with you, oh, Mrs. Bright, please, we are going to pay, but we don't have the money now. What will you take you as a mother to give them the key? That is why the students at this moment, they are protesting and requesting for justice. That justice must be prevailed because at the moment, the parents of Choma are grieving and her roommates are grieving and the entire students are really grieving for the loss of Choma, all because of wickedness and carelessness. We want justice. We want justice for Choma. As students are still protesting at this moment, then I'm asking, if you are the parent of Choma, what are you going to do? Are you going to make sure that Mrs. Bright go in for it because she is the cause of what happened to Choma? She is the cause of buying of Choma because assuming she released the hostel spare key and Choma gets hold of her insulin before time, on time. I don't think that what happened could have happened. This is something that could have been prevented if not for wickedness and someone trying to do above her power or above herself without showing sympathy, without even thinking that it might happen to your children sometime, someday. So based on all this, what is your own take about this story that involved the shocking delete of Choma Isabella? So share with us your own thoughts at the comment section. Don't forget, for more interesting and amazing updates, please do well to subscribe and turn on your bell notification. God bless you guys for watching.